I think one of the moments where I realized that getting to the place early, real early adoption and starting to document that journey, as well as to offer content of value to people, just, invariably wins, even with things like SEO. And so that happened when Dan Sanchez, who's a podcast supremo and AI optimist himself, his shout out to his podcast, The AI Driven Marketer. He is my co-creator on a tool called myshowrunner.com, which is a um, detailed custom GPT, which puts our process onto the process of like preparing for a guest interview on a podcast. So I remember Dan reaching out to me because he's an SEO like wizard, and some of his pieces of writing are so detailed and textured and like filled with the kind of information that just sort of ranks itself. And so he reached out to me and he said to me that there was a list that I had of podcasts that people should listen to if they wanted to gain information on AI, um, specifically through the podcast format. Because I believe that already you're talking to a vastly small universe, like not even a hundredth of the size of like blogs. When you start to like put an industry and a niche on it, it tends to be very few people who are doing it. So people who are putting effort in the podcast format tend to be like advanced in their content marketing abilities. And so I had put together a list of a number of podcasts, and Dan reached out to me asking if his podcast could be added to the list. And I was like, this is awesome. This is also indicative of the fact that despite the fact that this is a content marketing play in which you literally make a list of things in your industry and then you add yourself to the list in a way that has integrity. And as I was looking at those podcast names on that page, I was like, while the name 4am report had like memorability and it was different and it was creative, it's also not what I would be looking for if I was looking to gain AI literacy.